Oh, she has done it now. You guys, you won't even believe what I'm doing right now. I am recording, and guess what? Justin's not here. I'm doing it behind his back. No, I'm not actually. I'm not doing it behind his back. He just doesn't know I'm doing it. I'm just impromptu doing a solo dolo speak out into the universe, out into the ether episode. I don't know if I like this or not, but we're going to do it. We're going to go, and sometimes it's just about trusting your instincts. I just felt like I did a video. I did like I made a clip essentially as if I was doing my podcast, and it's for that whatever. I'm trying to get paid by a company to do roast jokes for them. I told you about that already. But so I did that, and then I was like, everything's all set up, and the lighting's good. Why not just record a freaking episode of your podcast? And I like doing it, and so let's do it. So let's go, baby. What's up with me? Well, I have a pile of dishes in the sink. I don't have a dishwasher. In my apartment, I am my dishwasher, and my dishwasher, you know what? It's actually doing dishes. I kind of like when I have a whole bunch of dishes in my sink, because when I get to them, it really is therapy. Washing dishes. It's my least favorite chore to do, but I like, once I start getting into it, I talk out all my issues. It feels like therapy. Sometimes I cry. I get vulnerable with myself doing my dishes because I go through everything. Things, and I don't even mean to, but my mind just wanders, because I'm there doing this mundane task, just washing, and the water's warm. I feel safe. I feel like I can speak my truth and nobody's going to judge me. It's just me and my dishes. And, the other day, and by the way, again, I hate washing dishes. I hate it. But I love doing laundry. Everyone has their thing. I love laundry. There's something, I don't know. It's very relaxing. I like the smells. I feel productive. I enjoy it. But dishes, I hate so much that I'll buy plastic plates and stuff and plastic ware. And so yeah, if you want to blame someone for destroying the earth, I guess you can blame me, because I'm buying this stuff because I just don't want to wash dishes all the time. It's just too much. And I have this small little kitchen. You get one dish dirty and it feels like your whole kitchen is the dirty dish. And so I buy these paper plates, shout out the Amazon. And I get paper plates. And the other day I was smoking weed, as I do, and tell everyone I don't. And I was smoking weed and I was eating off a paper plate. And then obviously I'm high, but I went and I tried to wash the paper plate. Okay, I said it. I tried to wash the paper plate. I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't want to wash the glass ones, but I want to wash the paper ones. I'm dyslexic. Okay, I can't express that enough. I'm dyslexic. And my motivation, how I get motivation, is news to me every time. I actually didn't take Adderall today. The fact that I'm recording an episode. I have done so much work today, and I'm really trying not to take the Adderalls because apparently it's bad for your brain to take meth every day, which is also news to me because it feels quite fun. It feels like, I don't know, a disco ball is going off in my head, and how could that be bad? I get a burst of energy. I get a burst of personality I've never felt before. I take the Vyvanse and I'm texting everybody. I just want to let you know I love you. Do you want to hang out? Do you want to go on a picnic? Let's plan a picnic. People are blocking me left and right because they're like, what is Elle's on drugs and we want to stay away from her because she's a bad influence. Because she's booty calling me at 9 a.m. 10 a.m. is when my Vyvanse hits. So it's like 9, 10 a.m. Yeah. But yeah, so I guess it's not necessarily good for you. And who cares? And maybe it is. By the way, what do doctors know really? And I'm not trying to be an RFK about it, but can I just say one thing? Okay, so we know as a group of people that the pharmaceutical industry is corrupt. We know that. This is something we know. Big pharma, big fakers. No, okay. In general, we know that the pharmaceutical industry is corrupt. This is what we know. And we do know that the healthcare system is corrupt. Shout out Luigi. We know this. This is what we know. Okay? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? And so if these things are corrupt, how could we possibly trust the pharmaceutical companies saying this drug is good for you, this drug is bad for you? Says who? The guy that profits from it? Why would we trust the guy that's profiting from the medication or not profiting from the medication that we're taking? Like if someone's like, hey, this green pill, it's really bad for you. Well, if you take the green pill, that guy gets no money. Why do you think he's telling you the green pill is bad for you? If the guy was getting $20 every time you took a green pill, do you think he would be saying, yeah, that green pill is bad for you? Or do you think he would be saying, that green pill is FDA approved by my billion-dollar company? And I don't even think this is conspiracy. It's really weird how these are like all things we know. And then I know RFK is like going crazy with it. Yeah, for sure. But he's the first person to question big pharma, the pharmaceutical industry, FDA approved, foods and that we know are bad for us, and medications, and blah blah blah, words, etc. Point. Fact. As you say, wow, she just made a serious stance that, you know what, she might be right. So these are things we all know. And it's weird that like the liberals, and I'm coming from a place of no politics. Okay. On this podcast, I have no politics. Don't even come after me. I just don't. Okay. I think liberals are crazy. I think Republicans are crazy. You're all fucking crazy. Okay. I don't support any of you guys. I just like to sit back and judge everyone. So, sorry. There was a great clip of Grimes. I wish I could find it in my head. But no, if I can Slumdog Millionaire it. I'm I'm going to remember it. Okay. So there was a clip of Grimes. She was like getting interviewed. Grimes, the DJ. If you don't know, Elon Musk's baby mama. She is very smart. She's very intelligent. And she was saying how the loss of religion in society has been replaced by politics. So now people are much less religious and much more political, but it's not like it's kind of the same thing of replacing religion with astrology. Like you're kind of doing the same thing, like affirmations versus praying. You know, it's kind of the same deal, but you're just naming it differently. And people are going to bat and getting so emotional about their politics as if it's religion. And it's crazy. And it's like maybe that's why we need religion, so we can keep all of those emotions in the religious sphere and leave politics a space where you're not getting that hyped up about it, and you have a clear mind, full hearts can't lose attitude. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like I feel like I definitely agree with her, because I don't know if it's because I live on the East Coast, but when I was growing up in the Midwest, everyone was very religious, especially my family, and I didn't think it was weird. Like I never, like you come to the East Coast and, you know, people find out you grew up religious and they're like, that's weird. That's weird. Oh, I'm scared for you. You went to Jesus camp? Are you okay? I'm so okay. I'm so okay. It was so fun. Okay, Jesus camp was, I shot guns there. I rode jet skis. There were all these Christian guys walking around with their shirts off. We weren't allowed to touch them, but like whatever. I got to play so many sports there. It was so much fun. Oops. Oopsies. Anyways, so my point is that people are very religious in the Midwest, and it's not like a weird thing to me. And I don't hate religion. I find comfort in it. Not religion per se, but I'm spiritual. I like this idea. I like believing in things in general. I enjoy magicians, you know? Like if a magician came up to me and he's like, "Hey, do you want to see a trick?" I'm saying yes 100% of the time. Because I like to believe in stuff. I like, now it's here, now it's not, you know? I think this type of stuff is fun. It's comforting. It's what I grew up around. It's what I know. It's no big deal. But you come to the East Coast and it's a godless land, which is fine. But I think godless land is a bit bleak. It's a bit boring. It's a bit, when you die, nothing happens. It's a bit, which scientifically doesn't feel true, because if humans are energy and energy can't be destroyed, then our energy has to go somewhere. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a heaven. I don't necessarily, that's where I'm like, I'm not really like religious in that sense. I don't know if like goes by the Bible, but I think, to be honest, I kind of make up my own religion, which is a very white guy thing to do, but I kind of like freestyle it, like I think there is a God or a universe, and I feel like I'm my highest self when I'm connected with a God or a universe. And I feel, I just feel like my most full version of myself. I believe in St. Anthony, which my entire family who is religious really hates, because I believe in him too. St. Anthony, and he's really the only religious figure I believe in. He is the saint of lost items. So that means a great deal to me. So basically, and it's Catholicism. So I kind of mix stuff, So basically, if you lose something, you say, St. Anthony, please come around. Something is lost and it cannot be found. And then he'll find it for you. That's his whole job. And he's really good at it. If you want someone to be good at one thing and one thing only, just give them one thing to do, So this guy, I don't really know his background. Maybe he has OCD or something, and God was like, I have the perfect job for you. But that's his whole job, is just to find everyone's stuff that gets lost. And I think, he does a good job every time. And I am telling you, without a doubt, I'm not lying. Whenever I lose something and then I say the St. Anthony prayer, I find it every time. Every time I find it. How is that possible? I know how. It means St. Anthony exists. And I'm telling you, my family, who's actually religious, hates me for this. They hate that I believe. And I'm like, it's because it's the one part, it's of all the Bible stuff, it's the one thing that I fuck with. All the other stuff, I'm like, it doesn't really serve me, to be honest. Easter, oh God, it's boring. Giving up, what was it? Easter Sunday, when you give up your, not Easter. See, I can't remember the rest of the religion. Lent, you give it up for Lent. You give up something for Lent. Not doing that. Sorry. I give up something every single day. Every single day I say no more of that. And I'm not doing it. I simply don't need Lent to give things up. I have the will and wherewithal and motivation to do that on my own. So eat shit. What was I? How did I get here? That's like a constant ADD thought. I'll walk in a room and I'll say, how the fuck did I get here? Where am I? What was the point? And I was talking about religion, and I was talking about the pharmaceutical industry. Girl, I swear, my brain. What did I do yesterday? Yesterday, I went to my friend's house with my other friend. It was the three of us. We went to our friend's house, Caroline, and she cooked us dinner. She cooked us a full dinner. It was Marry Me chicken. And Caroline's boyfriend came over, Chris, all comedians. Me, Chris, Caroline, Stewart, and Caroline's sister. And it was such a fun time, chatting, hanging out. Caroline has a pool. We swam in her pool. Then we went in her sauna. She has a sauna. And I'm like, man, this is nice. Getting a dinner cooked for you by your friend. And your friend's, oh man, I love nothing more than when I love my friend's boyfriend. Because I don't know if you guys are aware of this yet, but the hard truth of it is you're not really going to get along with all of your friends' significant others. I would even say, in fact, most of them you won't get along with. And by not get along, I mean you're not best friends. And you're not close. And he's not one of the girls. But like Chris came over. He's gossiping. He's adding to the conversation. Where I'm divulging my deepest, darkest secrets to my friends and Chris. You know, I feel like I have a hair in my mouth. And Chris is just cool, you know, and I love that. I love when you feel like you can just like let loose in front of your friend's boyfriend, and you don't need to, you know, keep a note like, oh, tell this to Caroline later. Not, I'm just using them as an example. You know, tell blah 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 later. It's like, no, you can tell it when Chris is there, because Chris is sacred and he is a part of the group and he is trustworthy. Chris is queen mother, and Chris will protect all of us. All hail Chris. All hail Chris. Yeah, it's sad. You really won't fuck with most of your friends' boyfriends. That was a hard lesson I had to learn. In college, I don't know. When my friends started getting boyfriends, I was like, oh my God, we're all going to be best friends. It's going to be so fun. And then when I was trying to be like best friends with my friends' boyfriends, because like they're my best friend and blah, blah, blah. Then that was a weird time, because then everyone started accusing me of like trying to hook up with their boyfriend. And I'm like, no, I'm just trying to be friends with them because they're your boyfriend and we're friends. But jealousy is not a good look on anybody. Jealousy is pretty hard to tame, to be honest. I am surprisingly not jealous, except right now I am. I had a thing that stopped, and right now, a thing with a guy that stopped. Okay, that's what you need to know. I had a thing with a guy that stopped. I swear there's still a hair in my mouth. Maybe I'm just schizophrenic. A thing with a guy that stopped. And and now he has a new best friend. And I'm jealous because I keep on imagining them hooking up, and the guy with the thing that stopped, he's fully straight. But I keep on getting jealous because I'm like, if they hooked up, I would be so pissed. I'm completely making up this scenario in my head. There's no way they're going to hook up. I mean, there's always a way. Never say never. Shout out Justin Bieber. But I would be so pissed. I think the only way I get jealous with men is with other men, because I think, oh, this guy is giving you something that I can't give you. He's serving some sort of role that I can't fulfill in your life because I'm not a man. No matter how much someone loves me and loves my personality and we get along so well, like at the end of the day, I don't have a penis and I'm not a guy. At the end of the day, I'm not a guy. And another reason why I could never date bi guys, because I could not handle a guy have a guy having a friend over and thinking like, is he attracted to that guy? Because I'm not a guy. How many times do I have to say I'm not a guy for you guys to freaking believe me? But yeah, that's the only time I get jealous, really, is with men and other men. And it's usually completely all made up in my head, which is kind of the funny part. I just make up these scenarios and I just get myself upset. Do you guys get yourself upset? I will get myself upset. For what reason? Why? Why am I getting myself upset for? What purpose is this serving? Pouty face? Just to like make myself mad? I love getting myself upset and creating a whole story. This is a problem. This is the problem with being creative, because you'll really make up a story about something that truly is not based off reality, and you'll add characters, scenery, plot, and you'll really make up quite a freaking story in your head, and you'll just run with it, and you know, you'll keep detail after detail, just storyline after storyline, season after season, go, ups and downs, and you're not even a part of it. You're just imagining the worst case scenario of like something that would really hurt you and upset you, and sometimes I'll even make myself cry off of situations that don't exist. I just make them up. I guess I have something where it smells like a childhood trauma, if you ask me. It smells like a childhood trauma. Why am I trying to make myself upset as an adult if there's no reason to be upset? I'm not really sure. I'll tell you what, I'm not really sure. Oh, it's St. Patrick's Day today. Did you guys know? It's the Irish day. Nobody gets off work. Nobody gets off work. I think that's insulting, because it's like, I don't know. It's the Irish, everyone has their day. Irish people, they get, if anything, they should have this day off because everyone's probably really hungover. Irish people do be liking to drink. I'll tell you what. The Irish, they like to drink. Okay, that was such a bad Irish accent. Can you hear the sirens outside? Just wondering. New York, New York. Yeah, the Irish like to drink. Chicago likes to drink. I used to live in Chicago. I'm from Chicago. So they naturally loved St. Patrick's Day. They dye the river green. They do the whole thing, and they're like, yeah, we're celebrating St. Patrick's Day. You're also celebrating yourself as an alcoholic, which all of Chicago is. And I can say that because I used to live there, and I used to do it, and I used to be like, I'm not an alcoholic. And then you leave and you're like, yeah, I was. I wasn't an alcoholic in the sense that I needed to stop, and I needed to stop, but I'm not like, I don't have like the disease of alcoholism. I can have a drink and that's it. And I really don't drink that much. I've had one drink this month. How about that? And it really hasn't, I barely have noticed. I had a shitty wine. I did a show at City Winery for Michael Costa. He had a show there to promote his book. He has a book about being a professional tennis player. Which, tennis, man. Weird sport. Not weird, but I know nothing about it. That's what I mean by weird. So it was at City Winery, and great food. And I got a glass of wine because I'm like, technically I'm not supposed to be drinking, but City Winery, might as well get a glass of wine. And the wine was like all alcohol. It was it was all right. And then afterwards I was like, why did I do that? Didn't need to do that. Didn't need to do that at all. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like drinking is just, maybe it's because I'm in my 20s. I'm in my 30s. I'm 31. Whatever. I just don't really care. I don't care about alcohol anymore. It's like the thrill of it is gone. There's no thrill in this life anymore, you know? Because weed's legal. No thrill there. I mean, the only thrill is to like steal something. I love stealing something. Getting away with it, getting away with murder. No. Maybe that's why people murder, because they're like literally bored. That's a big thing. To go from not murdering someone to murdering someone, that's a huge life change. That's a huge to-do list. You just fucked up your whole day and the next couple days, months, potentially years if you can't get away with it, which I can't imagine anyone getting away with murder these days, except there is a murder. There is an unsolved murder from the college I went to. I went to Indiana University, Bloomington. There's this girl, her name's Lauren Spier, and she went missing the year before I got there. So if I went to college in, let's do some math time. If I went to college in, let's say, 2012, was it? Yeah, 2012. So 12 minus 1, 2011. So she probably went missing in 2011. And no one ever found her till this day. Lauren Spier, Indiana, Bloomington, Indiana, gone forever. There are conspiracy theories. Basically what happened was, this is the gist of it from what I remember. She's walking, she's at Kilroy's bar. She's underage. And it was during Little Five. Okay. And I think Kilroy's bar, she walks to a friend's apartment. A group of guys, they go to an apartment after Kilroy's and they're all doing cocaine, as people do at Indiana. It's a big party school. And so she's doing a bunch of cocaine with these boys from New York City. They're rich New York kids. There's camera footage of her walking into the apartment. There's no camera footage of her walking out of the apartment. Interesting. I wonder what happened. I think we could all guess. So basically the theory is that she did cocaine, she overdosed. The boys freaked out. Saturday was not for the boys that evening, because they went from partying with this girl to now she's dead from the cocaine that we gave her. Again, these are rich boys, rich New York boys. They have a full life ahead of them. They have a full life of finance and drugging women and roofing girls. They have a full life of roofing girls, not texting girls back, and killing women ahead of them. And they're like, we're only in college. We're so rich. We can't end it here. We have to continue being rich and young and successful. So what do? They don't call the police, because that would put them in jail. And they don't, so they don't call the police. What do? We don't really know. At this point of the story, I'm kind of working off theory. Because the facts is, There's video footage of her entering the apartment. There's no video footage of her leaving the apartment. And then nobody sees this girl ever again. And if you know the story and I'm getting something wrong, let me tell you what, I get 99.9% of the things I say wrong, even when it's about myself. But so they never see her again. Story goes, or the saying goes, not the saying, legend has it that, so she's in the apartment, overdoses. New York boys are like, we gotta keep on being rich. We can't have this. This girl's dead. We can't be blamed. We're rich. They, apparently there was like apartments being laid down. Do you know what I'm saying? So like when you build a building, they have to like dig down, right? Below ground to like lay the foundation of the building. So there was a set of apartment buildings being built, and there was the ditch hole of where the apartment foundation was going to be built. Apparently, they brought her body out of the apartment in some type of like bag or suitcase or something, put the body in the foundation of the apartments, and then days later, the apartment's foundation was filled with cement, therefore cementing her body inside the ground under the apartments to never be found again. But on top of that, so Lauren Spier goes missing. The next day, the New York boys, they fly home to New York City. And they lawyer up the next day. Not 2 days, day 0. Okay? Lawyer up, they're in New York. I think Indiana calls them on a tin can and a string saying, "Hi, what y'all boys doing back in New York? Come back." I'm being racist to Indiana people. Indiana calls these New York boys and like, "Hey, this is like the Indiana police. What's good? What's Gucci, boys? You guys were the last ones to be with Lauren Spier and she's missing." And the New York boys said, "We are not going to comment. Here's our lawyer. Here's our $1 billion lawyer that you can talk to." Long story short, they got off scot-free. So, where is Lauren Spier? I don't know. I have no idea. They've never found her till this day, which makes me think she's under the apartments. I forget which apartments they are specifically, but they're apartment buildings on campus. So, long story short, again, I would say murdering someone would be a big to-do. And I guess that's stuff you really don't want to get into. I'm very against killing people. Like, I don't think it's worth your time, to be honest. It's just not, because then you're in jail forever. Fuck, but these boys were billionaires and they thought ahead. But it's so rare. Okay, these guys are 0.11111% of people who could get away with it. So don't do it. It's not worth the time or the effort or it's emotionally, it will catch up to you. So I would advise against it. If something happens, just call the police. Okay? They'll figure it out. They'll work with you. A white woman telling you to trust the police. Ain't that the darndest thing? Did you drink whiskey? Yes, I meant this week. I just read my text out loud. Well, so that was Lauren Spier. And you know what? I want to get off this topic because I don't really like talking about this stuff too much. But if anyone knows where Lauren Spier is, tell her parents because I feel so bad for them. I had a crazy dream the other night. Do you guys ever look up what your dreams mean? I look up what your dreams mean all the time. Or I don't look up what your dreams mean. I look up what my dreams mean. Did I tell you guys that one time I had a dream about Brad Pitt? And he came out to me in my dream as a pedophile? It's true. He came out. I'm not saying he is a pedophile. I'm just saying he came out to me as a pedophile in my dream. And that was upsetting because I thought we were going to hook up. And then he's like, whoa, I'm literally a pedophile. And I'm like, yeah, we can talk about that later. We're kind of doing something right now. We're supposed to be having sex. It's my freaking dream. And he had boundaries with me. He's like, no, sorry, I'm not attracted to you because I'm a pedophile. And I'm like, okay, are you saying I'm too old for you? And he was like, yeah. I've never been so offended. I'm like, this is my dream. And I can't even get Brad Pitt to hook up with me in my own dream. Why was it Brad Pitt? I don't know. It was recent too, so it doesn't make sense. Why was it Brad Pitt? Anyways, so I just kind of sit there and I kind of talk him through it. You know, why are you a pedophile? You know, are you sure you don't want to hook up? Like, what kind of pedophile are you? Like, and he was just really bummed about it, I guess. And I was just like helping him. Ugh. Why do all women just turn into like men's therapists? I feel like that's the role we always fall into for you guys, even in our own dreams. Even in my own fucking dream, I was therapizing for a guy. Therapizing. Is that a word? Therapizing? Therapizing for a guy. Yeah. Ain't that the darndest thing? So I wake up and I go to search. And I say, you know, what does it mean if you dream that someone comes out to you as a pedophile? And apparently it means that someone in your waking life is trying to take advantage of you. And I said, I hope to God it's Brad Pitt, because what the fuck? If he's not giving it to me in my dreams, he better be giving it to me in real life. Yes, I know he's 60 years old, but, you know, I feel like he's ageless. It's fine. To be honest, I would rather 100% rather date Angelina Jolie. I'm not even gay, but I would be gay for her again. I'm not gay. I feel like my life would be a lot easier if I was. A lot. I would have so much money if I was gay. So much money. I'd be a billionaire. It's kind of weird when people like come out as bi, like today, 2025, or they come out as gay, 2025. And they're like, yeah, it's hard to come out. I'm like, how? When? Where? It's hard. I mean, maybe to your friends and family, I could get it if like they're like, see, it is probably a little bit weird, but in terms of society, everyone's like, I mean, people ask me to be gay. I get prompted to be gay multiple times a day. People say, are you sure you're not gay? I say, yes. I'm sure. But it feels like even the guys want me to be gay, to be honest. So anytime I like a guy, they say no. They say, no, I don't want you. I want you to be gay. They don't say the last part, but they say, but I'm like, if guys don't want me to be gay, then you should probably date me. You know what I'm saying? I won't be gay even if guys don't date me, but like, prove you don't want me to be gay. I don't really want a boyfriend anyways. That sounded like really pathetic, but like I actually don't, because I'm busy filming hour-long, 45-minute solo podcasts that make me no money. So I'm kind of jam-packed, booked. And I'm receiving snarky texts. Are you drinking whiskey right now? Were you drinking whiskey? No, I genuinely don't understand text most of the time. I don't understand anything, okay? I misread everything. Again, dyslexia. Okay, let's end this episode on a really good note. So there's this doctor or something, life coach, whatever. She said this quote. Who is it? I couldn't tell you. I'm sorry about that. But she said, just like whenever you go to the sea and if you taste salt, or if you ever go to a body of water and you taste salt, it's the sea. Fuck, I'm fucking it up. No, it's freedom. Let me Google it. Whenever you go to a body of water and taste sea. Okay, it's a Buddhist quote. Okay, ready. Are you ready? Okay. Quote of the day. Ending this podcast on the quote of the day. The Buddha often said that wherever you find water, you can tell if it's the ocean because the ocean always tastes of salt. By the same token, anywhere you find enlightenment, whatever improbable or unfamiliar shape it may have assumed, you can always tell it's enlightenment because enlightenment always tastes of freedom. Not comfort, not ease, not happiness, freedom. I love this quote so much. I love it. Because do you know that feeling when something ends and you just feel free and you're so sad and you're so broken, but you feel free and you're like, why do I feel this way? It's because you're on the right path and you're on the right path and you're fulfilling your destiny and the universe is supporting you and you're not lost. So it's a great quote. And with that, I am going to end the Elle Diablo podcast episode, I think 35. Who knows? Follow me on Instagram, subscribe to this YouTube, follow me on Punch Up Live so you can know whenever I'm coming to your city. Just drop your email and you'll get an email when I come to your city. And thank you guys for listening. Share this podcast if you like it. Comment, do the deed. Thank you guys so much. Bye.